Hello, it's my great privilege to share this platform with all of you, and especially with my friend, colleague, and sister, the former president of Ireland and the current president of Realizing Rights. Mary Robinson wears so many hats and has given so much of herself to the world, and we thank her for co-hosting this event. I'm also very grateful to all of you, many of you in the audience, friends and colleagues with whom we have worked for so many years. I know that we are working against a huge tide that is either denying or pretending it is not serious, the whole issue of global warming and climate change. But what many scientists are telling us is that by the time everybody feels the negative impact of climate change, it will be too late. Women, and especially women and children, are the ones that are most negatively impacted upon. And therefore, it is extremely important for the United Nations and governments at the national level to ensure that the voice of women is heard. And it's no longer possible to say we don't have qualified women. We have a lot of qualified women who should be invited to the table so that the voice of women is heard. We know that it is not easy to convince those who are comfortable and those who are not directly impacted negatively by climate change, such as the rising seas, such as widespread starvation, such as widespread deforestation. So standing forests need to be protected. I know that particularly in developing countries, it is extremely important for us to protect our forests. We hope that in Cancun, we shall not only get more commitments from governments, but that we shall also start seeing resources flowing to governments and to organizations that are ready for aid. I am sometimes saddened by the fact that, especially in rich industrialized countries, there is an underlying current that discourages the concept of rich countries and industrialized countries that are largely responsible for the greenhouse gases that are causing global warming and climate change. Those countries taking the initiative to support the poorer countries so that they can protect their forests and their land. I think we have a moral responsibility, especially if we come from these rich countries that are partly responsible for the emissions that we are dealing with, and see it as a common problem and see it as a problem that we all have to deal with together. Once again, I want to apologize for not being with you at this event. And once again, thank the former president of Ireland, Madame Mary Robinson, for her leadership, for her commitment, and for co-hosting this event. And thank all of you for coming here tonight. And I hope that you will be able to share your message very strongly at Cancun so that our voice is heard, not only among ourselves, who are really the converted ones, but also among governments and delegations that are making negotiations here at this conference. We need to support the United Nations, and especially the Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, who is doing everything he can. We also want to thank and support the President of Mexico, who has been working extremely hard to ensure that this conference takes place and produces good results. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, the people of Mexico, for hosting all of us.